In a quiet village in the British countryside stood an old Victorian house. A house people did not fear, but avoided. Not because it looked haunted, but because the house was known to remember anyone who stepped inside it. Some who entered came back different. Some never returned. In 1997, a young couple from London, Daniel and Elise moved to this peaceful place, hoping for a quieter life. When they purchased the house, the elderly owner handed them the keys with a strange warning. "Be gentle with it," he said quietly. "This house is sensitive." Daniel laughed. Elise did not. Their first night in the house was anything but peaceful. While Daniel was unpacking, he heard footsteps in the hallway, slow, measured, perfectly matching his own rhythm. When he stopped, the footsteps stopped. When he walked again, the sound followed. He tried convincing himself it was just the old wooden floor. But then Elise whispered from the bedroom, "Daniel, are you in the hallway right now?" And he froze. Because he wasn't. Over the next few days, the house behaved like something alive. The lights flickered only when someone was angry. Doors closed softly whenever sadness filled the room. And every morning, at the exact moment Elise usually woke up, a certain window opened by itself. It felt as if the house was watching them, studying them, and slowly learning their emotions. One evening Daniel said, "It's like the house knows us." Elise responded quietly, "No, it's trying to become us." While exploring the house one afternoon, they found a small hidden room behind a bookshelf. A room that wasn't on the house plan. Inside stood a single tall mirror, its surface dusty and cracked. Elise wiped the glass. Her reflection blinked a second too late. Daniel stepped beside her. His reflection didn't move at all. The next morning, Elise was gone. Her shoes, phone, and bag remained in the house, untouched. Frantic, Daniel searched every room until he reached the mirror. The dust was gone. The glass looked polished and bright. And inside the mirror, Elise was standing, perfectly still, staring at him from the other side. He ran to the village police. But when they returned, the mirror looked normal again, old, dusty, lifeless. Elise had disappeared entirely. An elderly villager named Marion approached Daniel later that day. She told him the truth about the house's creator. A man named Edwin Harrington, an engineer and philosopher who rebuilt the place in 1898. Harrington believed emotions could be absorbed by physical structures. He wrote that walls could store memories, that mirrors could open pathways to what he called the imprint world. A world where experiences, emotions, and identities didn't disappear. They were recorded. Marion told Daniel, "The house doesn't haunt people. It copies them. And sometimes it keeps the original." Desperate to bring Elise back, Daniel returned to the mirror that night. The glass glowed faintly, pulsing like a heartbeat. When he touched it, the surface felt warm, almost alive. Then, the reflection inside grabbed his hand and pulled him through. Neighbors heard his scream. But when police arrived, the house was silent. Inside the mirror, two faint figures could be seen, Daniel and Elise. Standing side by side, holding hands, unable to speak. The house was abandoned again. Time passed. But the story wasn't over. 3 years later, the boarded-up house still drew attention. Late-night lights flickering inside even though no one lived there. Pets refusing to walk near the gate. And rumors of silhouettes appearing in the upstairs windows. Some even claimed they saw two figures standing together behind the mirror's dusty glass. Old, blurry photographs surfaced shortly after. Someone had sneaked into the house and taken pictures of the mirror. And in one of the photos, a face appeared pressed against the inside of the glass, as if begging to be let out. Forensic analysts found no signs of editing. Light in the picture bent strangely, as if the mirror's surface had two layers, not one. A small investigation team, including a psychologist and a cameraman, was granted permission to enter the house and document what remained. Inside, the air felt heavy. Some walls were unusually cold, others warm, as if they carried memories of different seasons trapped within them. They approached the hidden room. The bookshelf slid aside. And there it was again. The mirror. Not broken. Not dusty. Just quietly waiting. The team began a controlled experiment. The psychologist pressed her hand against the mirror while holding a unique spiral symbol. They measured EMF levels, air movement, and sound frequencies. On the second try, the candle near the mirror flickered violently, despite the room being completely still. The audio recorder captured faint whispers. Too soft to understand, but undeniably human. The video revealed something even more disturbing. The psychologist's reflection blinked 1 second later than she did. She described the sensation. It felt like the mirror was breathing. Like it was trying to take something from me. Or give something back. Experts later proposed 3 theories. One said it was physics, old laminated glass causing reflection delays. Another claimed it was psychological, fear creating false memories. But the third expert said, "This house is a storage device. Not for ghosts, but for human identity. What you see inside that mirror is not death. It's a recording trying to become real again." On their final night, something unexpected happened. The cameraman, Thomas, touched the mirror by accident. He froze. Then whispered, "It knows me." He described seeing a memory, not his own, of a woman laughing in a foreign language, a street he'd never walked, and a home he had never lived in. He said the memory felt like someone else was trying to fit themselves inside him. The team pulled him away immediately. They left the house before dawn. Today, the house still stands in Rosehill. Silent from the outside, but alive within its walls. Locals say that if you ever wipe the dust off the mirror, you might see 3 figures now. Elise, Daniel, and someone new, standing behind you. A reflection that is not your own.